Tensions rise between the Dane County Board of Supervisors, Black Caucus, and Sheriff Calvin Barrett ahead of tonight's board meeting on the county's jail consolidation project. Why both say the other is to blame for the delay.
Plus, it's day 3 in the Marcus Randall trial. We'll take you to the courtroom to see what pointed investigators in his direction.
And you're watching News 3 now at 5.
It's those county board members that have on their political website, their top priority being stopping the jail. Not humanity, stopping the jail.
Being divisive and dishonest does not make for a good working relationship.
Tensions boiling over today between the Dane County Board of Supervisors, Black Caucus, and Sheriff Calvin Barrett ahead of tonight's board meeting.
The board will vote tonight on whether to put the question of funding the jail project up to a referendum, something Sheriff Barrett wants, but the Black Caucus says they just won't support. Braden Ross explains why and joins us now. Braden.
On Tuesday, Barrett called out the board for what he sees as intentionally stalling the project. And today, the Black Caucus is responding to that accusation, saying they have a plan, it's just not what Barrett wants.
Sheriff Barrett stood on stage with 3 white men and, in the finest tradition of Willie Lynch, attacked the integrity, the competence, and the fundamental intellect of his colleagues on the Dane County Board.
The Dane County Board's Black Caucus isn't mincing words after Sheriff Calvin Barrett said this on Tuesday about the Dane County Jail Consolidation Project.
If someone dies in our facility, we are going to be sued. And the star witnesses for that deposition, when that time comes, is going to be every single county board member, every single elected official, starting off their statements with, "I know the building is terrible, but..."
After years of setbacks, the current plan for a 6-story jail is in the works, but thanks to inflation, it needs another $24 million before it can break ground. Barrett wants to put the issue of funding up to a referendum after what he frames as months of intentional stalling by some on the Dane County Board.
They delay, they delay, they delay.
The Black Caucus points fingers elsewhere at County Executive Joe Parisi. He vetoed a plan the board agreed on for a 5-story jail in the 2023 county budget.
To say that we did not come up with a plan is inaccurate. We did not come up with a plan that he agreed with.
They say they won't support a referendum and instead want a new design for a smaller jail and criminal justice reforms aimed at lowering the jail population.
The biggest driver of our jail population are the racial disparities in our criminal justice system.
And I just got off the phone with Board President Patrick Miles, who told me it's very unlikely that this will end up on the ballot. And we'll keep you updated on what they decide here on News 3 Now.
And Braden, thank you. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the weather patio. Gary?
We've got a few flakes of snow falling in the backyard, but it's been like this for much of the afternoon. Most of the accumulating snow is over with, and we're just looking at some scattered snow showers for this evening. You can see visible cloud track, the swirling storm centered right over southern Wisconsin. The clouds rotating around it, so no sunshine at all, and another little batch of snow showers coming in from the south and west, but they're really not amounting to very much. The more persistent snows that came through last night are now up in the northern portion of the state. Here in southern Wisconsin, high-resolution radar shows those light snow showers, mainly from Madison southward towards Janesville, Monroe, moving eastward toward Milwaukee, where it's been warm enough for mainly rain in the Milwaukee area. But you can see on 6-hour future track radar, the snow showers and flurries really dying down as we head toward midnight, and I think overnight, maybe just a few flurries left over. Current temperatures have been steady for much of the day, just above freezing, so it's been a slushy, wet snow. Areas farther to the north are right around the freezing mark. Here in Dane County, we're seeing temperatures around 35 in Cross Plains, 34 in McFarland, and 34 in Deerfield. Look for mostly cloudy skies, a few scattered snow showers and flurries, mainly this evening. Temperatures will drop into the lower 30s by late evening. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast. It does include at least a little bit of a chance for some snow showers from Saturday night into Sunday.
Gary, thank you. Day 3 in the double murder trial of a former Badger football player today was an emotional one.
Marcus Randall faces faces homicide and weapons-related charges in the shooting deaths of Brittany McAdory and Sierra Winchester. The women were found shot near the interstate in Janesville back in February of 2020 and later died at a hospital. McAdory's vehicle was later found in Illinois, where Randall L. was spotted at a gas station with blood on his hands.
A number of Winchester's friends told police they saw multiple arguments between her and Randall L. before her death. Randall L. accused Winchester of owing him money and stealing pills from him. Our Catherine Merck joins us live now from the Rock County Courthouse in Janesville to tell us about what she heard in the courtroom today. Catherine?
The double homicide at the center of this case happened nearly 3 years ago. And so for the witnesses who took the stand today, their memory reflected just that. It was difficult for many of them to recall the events from the early morning hours of February 10th, 2020. This is surveillance footage from the Buc-ee's gas station in Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Allegedly, Marcus Randall L. came into the gas station, asked for gas money, and had blood on his hands. The employee who worked at the gas station testified today, but he said he couldn't match the man in the video with the blood on his hands to Randall L. He said it was difficult to remember what happened 3 years ago, but he did remember his interaction with the man in the video after it was played in court.
He came in and said, "I need help. I need gas money. I'm lost, I'm stranded." I gave him gas money. At first, I was hesitant to give him gas money because I'm not just handing out money to anybody.
After their testimony, prosecutors showed autopsy photos to the courtroom. A retired officer with the Janesville Police Department said they found copper bullet casings in Sierra Winchester's body. And on top of that, a medical examiner also confirmed that both victims' cause of death ended up being gunshot wounds. As the autopsy photos were displayed, friends and family of the victims hugged each other and cried at those difficult images to watch. Reporting live in Janesville, I'm Catherine Merck for News 3 Now.
Catherine, thank you. And Catherine will be there throughout the trial, bringing you live minute-by-minute updates on her Twitter page this week and next. Follow the Twitter handle at the bottom of your screen for the very latest. And, of course, you'll also find more updates on our website, channel3000.com. A 16-year-old who seriously injured another teen in a stabbing on Madison's north side earlier this week is now charged with attempted homicide. Police say the stabbing stemmed from a disturbance at a nearby middle school early Tuesday. Later that day, a group met at Warner Park to discuss that altercation, and that's when the girl allegedly stabbed the victim. The 14-year-old boy is expected to survive.
The FBI is offering a $25,000 reward for information on an arson attack at a pro-life group's headquarters last spring. Wisconsin Family Action's Madison office was damaged in early May last year, shortly after a leaked Supreme Court draft opinion indicated the court would likely overturn Roe v. Wade. An investigation revealed 2 Molotov cocktails were thrown into the office and graffiti painted on the building's exterior. To this day, no suspects have been identified, though a group known as Jane's Revenge later claimed responsibility. This is just one of many attacks on pro-life and pro-choice organizations the FBI is investigating. The attacks include arson and vandalism on several facilities across the country. The reward for identifying individuals responsible for the attacks comes days before what would have been the 50th anniversary of Roe v. Wade. The landmark decision was overturned by the Supreme Court last year.
One side says it is pointless. The other says it's a way to apply public pressure to Governor Tony Evers.
Political reporter Will Keneally joins us from the Capitol to break down an advisory referendum clearing the Assembly that's asking for input on work requirements for childless adults on welfare. Will?
So this vote is essentially one of 2 different policy questions that mostly Republicans are trying to get on the April ballot. So the welfare referendum is essentially a poll asking Wisconsinites whether they support work requirements for childless, able-bodied adults receiving welfare. Democrats objected, though, today, saying that it's already on state law, so there's no need to hold a vote on it. But Republicans are calling for it to put pressure on the governor's administration.
Governor Evers is perfectly happy to not have that work requirement in place, and have more people sit on the sidelines and ask the people who are working to put in overtime, spend time away from your families so that other people.
As we've reported on throughout the week, today also marked the last step to get a constitutional referendum on the ballot for April. This referendum, of course, would be on bail reform, and it would allow judges to consider more criteria, like a defendant's past convictions when setting the dollar amount for bail. So that amendment has been a big push for Republicans, but today's vote was actually bipartisan. 12 out of the 35 Assembly Democrats joined Republicans in that vote, including from the Madison area Representatives Lisa Subeck and Sheila Stubbs. Now, we reached out to both legislators after the vote, but they were not immediately available to answer our questions. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
And Will, thank you. The Salvation Army of Dane County says its holiday Red Kettle campaign fell thousands of dollars short of its $500,000 goal. Officials say a little over $466,000 was collected. Organizers blame that shortfall on flu and RSV outbreaks, as well as snow and extreme cold in the final days of their campaign. Those all limited foot traffic to many Kettle locations.
Actor Alec Baldwin is facing some serious legal trouble as prosecutors in Santa Fe announced today they will file criminal charges against Baldwin and a crew member in connection with the fatal 2021 shooting of a cinematographer on the set of the unfinished film Rust. Michael George reports.
Alec Baldwin's lawyer says they'll fight and they'll win after the Santa Fe district attorney announced involuntary manslaughter charges against the actor for the 2021 shooting death of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins on the set of the Western film Rust.
What we're talking about here is not an intentional killing. We're talking about a potentially lawful act that you engage in, but you were criminally negligent.
Movie armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed will also be charged. The district attorney released a statement saying, quote, if any one of these three people, Baldwin, Gutierrez-Reed, or assistant director David Halls, had done their job, Halyna Hutchins would be alive today. It's that simple. The evidence clearly shows a pattern of criminal disregard for safety on the Rust film set. Prosecutors reached a plea deal with Halls for negligent use of a deadly weapon.
This is both surprising and not. A number of criminal defense attorneys were saying not only is there a lack of intent here, but we're not sure that we see that level of criminal negligence. On the other hand, what we saw from the prosecutor, I think, is that this was being planned for a while.
During an October 2021 rehearsal, Baldwin was holding the prop gun when it discharged a round, killing Hutchins and injuring director Joel Souza. In a statement, the actor's attorney called the charges a terrible miscarriage of justice, saying Mr. Baldwin had no reason to believe there was a live bullet in the gun or anywhere on the movie set. Gutierrez-Reed also denies any wrongdoing. Prosecutors say they'll formally file charges by the end of the month. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Baldwin and Gutierrez-Reed face up to 18 months in prison if the case makes it to trial and they are convicted.
Still ahead at 5, Gary has your complete latest first warn forecast.
Plus, an alarming observation by local health officials. Child suicide rates are on the rise. What may be causing the increase and how parents can help when we return.
More red numbers on Wall Street. The Dow falling more than 252 points. The Nasdaq tumbles almost 105. S&P 500 loses almost 30. And we'll be right back.
Ashley's $14 million sell-off is happening now. Millions of dollars worth of product arrived late to our warehouse and must be sold. This is your chance to save as much as 85% while it lasts. Save 55% instantly on this Ashley Sleep Hybrid mattress. Now just $5.99. Only at Ashley.
We asked people to give their honest feedback on how wrinkles around their eye area and under-eye puffiness looked after trying Tint and Tighten for the first time.
So with foundation, normally it just kind of, you just cover up and conceal things. But with Tint and Tighten, it actually changes the way the skin looks. The lines are actually gone. So you don't get any of that buildup within them and the creases that you normally would see when you wear foundation.
40s is a bit of a shocker for me because 40s, I noticed the skin under my eye is getting very loose. And then 50s hit. And I'm 54, and I really noticed the difference in the firmness of my skin here, and especially here. I'm glad there's products like Tint and Tighten out there so that I can just put this on and not worry about what I didn't do in my 40s, my 30s, and my 20s, and it looks like I always have. It's a pleasure, and it's actually a gift for anyone.
Tint and Tighten shrinks under-eye puffiness, smooths out wrinkles and fine lines around the eye area, and provides tinted coverage to hide dark circles and skin imperfections, making you look fresh and younger. Tint and Tighten is the only cosmetic that blends a beautiful tinted cream to cover uneven skin tone and dark circles with silicate technology that smooths out under-eye puffiness and wrinkles, making the skin around your eye area look flawless for up to 8 hours.
I will be turning 59 in June of this year. Using Tint and Tighten, for me, I'm actually very confident right now that my wrinkles won't be as obvious. It is giving me the support that I think reminds me that I'm at my best right now.
Finally, there's a tinted eye cream to cover dark circles and uneven skin tone. And since Tint and Tighten works in 10 minutes and lasts up to 8 hours, you can look your best without getting injections or fillers. Get beautiful, lightweight, tinted coverage, plus that smoother, younger, wrinkle-free look from years past in 10 minutes. A look that will make you feel beautiful and confident. Try it this new year for only $19.95. Plus, get free shipping and handling. Visit tintandtighten.com or call the number on your screen.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's $14 million sell-off is happening now. Millions of dollars worth of product arrived late and must be sold. Whirlpool microwaves now just $199. Amana washer and dryer pairs now just $9.99. At Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
Tonight on News 3 Now, requirements for the welfare of adults without children become the focus of the State Assembly discussion today.
Will Keneally analyzes the push from Republicans and what it would take to succeed. That's coming up tonight at 6.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like for tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and get my 48-hour forecast to help plan your day.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
New today, UW health experts say suicide-related hospital visits among children have increased dramatically over the past decade, and even more so within the past 3 years. According to the CDC, suicide is the second leading cause of child death in the ages 10 to 14. While health experts can't pinpoint one single cause for the increase, a number of risk factors can contribute to the rise. That includes loneliness and social isolation, factors that became more common during the pandemic.
Teens' main task in life, like their developmental job, is to learn how to navigate relationships, and that was pretty significantly disrupted. So I think there's some reasonable thoughts that maybe COVID played a role. We also know that for sure, certain populations like people of color or members of the LGBTQ+ community are definitely at a higher risk for suicide attempts as well.
Wells says it's important to make sure that children feel heard and are supported. If you or someone you know is struggling with their mental health, have them call the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. The number is 988. I-70 in Colorado is back open tonight after a series of pileups, one of which involved more than 20 vehicles. There were so many crashes, the Colorado DOT shut down both directions of I-70 from Denver all the way to the Kansas state line. It reopened early this morning. Crews tried to clear a path for some 50 to 60 semis that were parked on the interstate in whiteout conditions, and at least one injury was reported. Wow, tough situation there. Let's get a look at our forecast now. Gary is here. How much snow fell across the area, Gary?
Glad you asked. I've got some snowfall totals here, and as expected, the heavier totals were north and west of Madison. La Crosse at the airport picked up 5.5 inches of snow, about 4 inches in Friendship up in northern portions of Adams County. Eastman and Crawford County, a little less than 4 inches. Marcus Ann up in Green Lake County had about 3 inches. Baraboo, northern Sauk County, 2.8 inches. Here at the station, about a 1.4 inch accumulation of a very slushy wet snow. There was some sleet before that, and a mix of rain and snow held down the amounts, especially south and east of Dane County. If you take a look at SnowVision snowfall accumulations, this is over the last 24 hours. It's a radar estimate, and actually a pretty good one. This lighter area of blue, generally about 1 to 3 inches of snow, 2 or 3 inches as you head up towards Sauk County, south and east of Madison, less than an inch. A lot of that just kind of melted as it fell. But there are pockets of about 3 to 6 inches, especially as you started to get north and west of Richland Center and Camp Douglas. And then about 6 inches or more over parts of southeastern Minnesota into west central portions of Wisconsin. I think Rochester, Minnesota picked up 6 inches of snow. But now we're just left with some scattered snow showers and flurries that aren't going to amount to very much. Those are heading off to the east. The more persistent snows that came through last night have lifted to the north and now are pushing through parts of northern Wisconsin and upper Michigan. And as the winds start to rotate back around to the north and northeast, they're getting lake effect snow to add to that. 6-hour future track radar shows those snow showers continuing, but here in the southern part of the state, you can see those snow showers really starting to diminish as we head toward midnight. 3 things you need to know. Again, some flurries or some light snow showers mainly this evening. Dry weather with near normal temperatures for tomorrow and Saturday, and near normal temperatures through the early part of next week. Some snow shower or flurry chances from Saturday night into Sunday, and then maybe again Tuesday night into Wednesday of next week. But high temperatures still a little bit above normal. The nighttime low temperatures are going to be about 5 to 10 degrees above normal thanks to the cloud cover. But as we head toward the end of next week, notice those temperatures dropping a little bit below the average high temperature of 27. We've seen above normal temperatures every single day since December 28th. That's quite a long period of time. Planning your night across Dane County. Again, some evening snow showers or flurries. Low 27 degrees in Mount Vernon, 27 in Pine Bluff, and 28 for the overnight low temperature in Marshall. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, a low of 30 in Janesville, 27 in Lone Rock, and 24 degrees in Camp Douglas. For tomorrow, look for mostly cloudy skies. Should be dry, but it'll be a little colder with a high temperature of 30 degrees. And the 7 to 10 day forecast, upper 20s to around 30 for the weekend. Again, some snow showers Saturday night into Sunday morning, maybe a little clearing Sunday afternoon. A little sunshine mixed in with the clouds for Monday, but not a lot of sun in the 10-day forecast. We're back to the clouds Tuesday, and then some snow shower chances from Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, some flurries Thursday, and then that drop in temperatures as we head toward next weekend, but no major storms expected. As we take a look at first warn traffic right now, here's the live view of the Beltline at Verona Road looking eastward. Traffic moving pretty steadily in both directions. Road's just wet right now with temperatures above freezing. They're not icy. Beltline looking pretty good. A little bit of a slowdown northbound on Stoughton Road as you approach Cottage Grove Road. Otherwise, about a 15 to 17-minute trip either way on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. No problems on I-3990 heading southward from the Beltline to Janesville or US 12 Middleton to Sauk City. Downtown to Sun Prairie, East Washington Avenue and US 151 takes you 19 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. The USDA wants more transparency and greater standards for foods considered to be organic. It is the first increase in regulation of organic products in more than 30 years. The Strengthening Organic Enforcement Rules, an update to the original act back in 1990. It's designed to increase oversight and enforcement authority to reinforce the trust of consumers. It'll go into effect March 26th, and those impacted will have a year to comply with the changes. OSHA is taking action against Amazon after inspecting 3 facilities it found to be unsafe for its workers. The warehouses were in Waukegan, Illinois, just south of the Wisconsin state line. Also in Florida and the state of New York, inspectors found work processes were designed for speed but not for safety, and that resulted in serious injuries. Amazon now faces more than $60,000 in proposed penalties. We've reached a deadline when it comes to the debt ceiling, how Congress is working to avoid an economic collapse. It's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm gonna gag or I'm gonna go play football. I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, you know, I'm one of those people that's like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you gotta leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just gotta rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I use these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth this new year by ordering Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the regular price. Yes, 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free Quick Stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Surgenian's landfill-free guarantee has kept more than 20 million pounds of commercial and residential carpet and pad from area landfills. Visit Madison's largest showroom of flooring options, including eco-friendly products. Local, sustainable Surgenian's.
Madison Magazine's Winter Restaurant Week is here. Participating restaurants will provide 3-course dinners starting at $30. Some restaurants will offer a lunch menu for $20. Featuring wine and more by E&J Gallo Winery. Check out our guide to Restaurant Week online to see which restaurants are offering takeout as well as dine-in. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Winter Restaurant Week 2023. Brought to you by the presenting sponsor, Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, and supporting sponsor, Bergstrom Madison Chevrolet and Cadillac.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The U.S. has now hit its debt ceiling, and that means the clock is now ticking on Congress to prevent a financial meltdown.
Karen Kafa is in Washington with a look at where things stand and the potential economic fallout.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said Thursday the U.S. hit the $31.4 trillion borrowing cap set by Congress. And while the Treasury Department will take measures to keep payments going on America's debt until June 5th, it steps up the pressure on Congress to come to an agreement or risk an unprecedented default.
This is about economic stability versus economic chaos.
With the potential for U.S. economic catastrophe, raising the debt ceiling has historically been a routine and bipartisan act. Congress most recently did it just over 1 year ago. But the dynamics of the new House Republican majority could prompt a drawn-out battle this round after Kevin McCarthy made concessions during his contentious speaker's election to hardline members of his party who want to use the debt ceiling as a bargaining chip in a debate over cutting future government spending.
Let's start paying this debt off.
Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell said he expects the White House will have to get involved in the discussions.
We'll end up in some kind of negotiation with the administration over what the circumstances or conditions under which the debt ceiling be raised.
Potential consequences of a long debt ceiling standoff range from market turmoil, crashing Americans' retirement accounts, to the government being forced to prioritize federal payments, deciding which will come first among Social Security, federal salaries, and other payments. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
And we'll have a final check of your First Warn forecast after a short break.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhafels. Right now, Queen Beauty Rest mattresses start at just $4.99. Upgrade to a Beauty Rest Black and get your choice of an Apple Watch or Apple AirPods. You'll only pay $49 per month when you use Steinhafels' 72-month financing. So save big and rest easy on your new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhafels. Shop in-store or online today at steinhafels.com.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Monsters of Destruction is coming, and coming with a vengeance. Monster Trucks, Top Trucks, Monster Truck Rides, new to Madison, Quad Wars, no rules, all things no race to the finish you don't want to miss. Buckshot, War Wizard, Heavy Hitter against the King and Alcatraz, all ready for 3 massive shows. Every ticket is a pit pass. Come early to meet the drivers. Take a ride, snap a pic with a real monster truck. Don't miss the Monsters of Destruction at the Alliant Energy Center, January 27th, 28th, and 29th. Get your tickets now at monstersofdestruction.com.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Anywhere. Find new experiences. Find new roads. Well-qualified buyers get 2.99% financing on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups or get $1,500 cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $3,250 total cash allowance.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness. Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland. Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Shop Menard's full selection of interior lighting. Find your style with Patriot Lighting's unique finishes and styles, including the Citrine Collection in gold. We have the lighting for any room of your home. Save big money on Patriot Lighting. Combine stylish lighting with the advantages of LED technology with Fight Electric dimmable light bulbs. The vintage look is ideal for open fixtures, and the traditional design creates a warm contemporary feeling. Save big money on Fight Electric light bulbs at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
We've got a lot of news coming up. Breaking news from the Supreme Court as they announced the results of their investigation into who leaked that decision that overturned Roe versus Wade. That and more news tonight on the CBS Evening News.
All right, let's get to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
Yeah, I got a few flurries around southern Wisconsin. There's a live view of the Edgewater Skycam. They're not coming down very hard because obviously you can see the Capitol there, but most of the snow showers are south of Madison to the north and northwest. It's mainly just a few flurries. 6-hour future track radar shows those winding down pretty quickly, so I'm not looking for any snow accumulation. Visibilities generally above 5 miles, meaning that the snow is really not coming down hard at all. I think Lone Rock right now, a 3-mile visibility. Current temperatures, a little bit above freezing too, so the snow is melting as it hits the pavement. 34 right now Madison, 36 degrees in Janesville. Those temperatures have held steady all afternoon. Right now 34 in McFarland, 35 degrees up to the north in Wanakee. Look for low temperature tonight of about 25, high tomorrow 30, and you can see those temperatures pretty close to average as we head through much of next week. Just some snow shower flurry chances, not going to amount to very much.
All right, Gary, thank you. We'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell.